Hello Aquarius, this is Christina Del Rey with your forecast for the year 2022. I want to start off talking about Venus retrograde. Venus is retrograding from December 19th, 2021 in Capricorn, the sign just before yours, until January 29th. So this is happening in a part of the sky for you that is very ethereal. It is the hidden, the subconscious. This is really important because in this part of the sky, it has to do with your subconscious. It has to do with what you value subconsciously. And sometimes those subconscious thoughts maybe came from childhood. They may have come from somewhere else. And you're not even really realizing that you're not even conscious, because they're subconscious, that you hold those values anymore. So you're going to be re-examining your subconscious values, your relationships and how you relate to them in your thought processes, how you earn money perhaps, and the value around your money. But Venus in retrograde typically asks us, what do I value and do I still align with these values? There's likely to be endings here because this is the house of endings. So, whatever needs to go, you need to let go. And then, your values should be changing over time because nothing should stay stagnant. Our truth changes, so our values change. Your self-worth as well. So, am I valuing myself? Am I, do my relationships uplift me, or do they not? These are all things that are going to come into play, but because it's in a part of the chart for you that is about the subconscious, it might be difficult to put your finger on. It's there, but it might be hard for you to really feel like you can get a hold of it. So basically, you should really be thinking about what matters to you and how your thought process is about what matters to you. Okay, so we want to talk a little bit about Mercury retrograde. Oh, before I talk about that, so there's a couple key dates here with this Venus retrograde. And actually, March 4th, I think, is going to be the final time, even though it's after the retrograde. Pluto and Venus meet, and I think that you might know exactly what needed purging by the time March comes. Okay, so let's talk about Mercury retrograde. So Mercury is retrograding in your sign again in January. So when this happens, it's very important for you. There's a key lesson here, because Aquarius is, your sun sign. So that has to do with your identity. So you are rethinking your identity. And that is important. It's also going to go back into Capricorn again. So that place that we were talking about where there's endings, where you have to think differently. These are all themes that are coming through for you in January and throughout 2021 or 2022. Okay, so Mercury retrograde in Gemini and Taurus, May 10th. So Gemini and Taurus for you. So there's likely to be, some delays perhaps with a housing situation, paperwork, Gemini and Taurus. And there can be some, in a romantic relationship or with your children, there can be some communication breakdowns. So be prepared for that. September 9th, Mercury retrograde in Libra. So we are talking about a part of the chart that has to do with legal matters, philosophies, education, and travel. So it is likely, if you're going to travel during that time, you want to make sure that you give yourself enough time. It's going to retrograde back into your 8th house too. So this could be around some shared finances as well. All right. So Mars retrograde, where is Mars retrograde happening for you? It's happening in a part of the chart that has to do with your children or your romantic relationships or both. So this is where, Mars retrograde makes you look at your actions and re-examine your actions and if they are empowering you or not. So you're going to have to think about, how am I empowering myself? What am I doing? And is this bringing me, is this empowering me for the best or not? Typically during a Mars retrograde, we talk about being more strategic, having more strategic actions, but look at how you communicate in your relationships and where you need to make changes in how you communicate, how you act on your communication as well, in your relationships with children, in your relationships with romantic partners as well. Okay. We want to talk about Jupiter. Jupiter is in Pisces. It's going to move into your second sign. So this is very good for finances. So expect a boost of some kind, a boost of money. There could even be February 17th, Jupiter makes a sextile to Uranus in your fourth house. So this could be money for a home or money that you earn from home. But there could be a very good opportunity. If there's an opportunity to earn money from home in February especially, I would jump on that, because that's like luck, opportunities, and it frees you up in some way. So there could be money, and the home situation is looking good. Also too, if you wanted to sell a home, that would be a good time as well. Okay, so Saturn, of course, I should say for Aquarius, Saturn is still in your sign. So when Saturn is in your sign, that is typically, it is until 2023, and that is typically a difficult time, because Saturn is asking you to be very responsible. It's asking you to adult. And, you know, it's never fun to adult, but Saturn is also very karmic. So you are reaping what you've sown, and you are setting, you know, you're having to follow the rules and be completely honest. And you're setting, you know, the next 28 years of your life. So, you know, with Saturn demands honesty. It demands boundaries, and it has consequences. So remember, you know, this is a highly consequential time because Saturn is in your sign. So you want to make sure that you are making good karmic choices. And lastly, I want to talk about the eclipses in your signs. Let's see. So this year, the eclipses are in Taurus and Scorpio. So this is an area of the chart for you that has to do with the home, and it has to do with your title or your status and how people see you. So the key dates for the eclipses are April 30th, we have a solar eclipse in Taurus. We have a lunar eclipse May 15th in Scorpio. We have a solar eclipse October 25th in Scorpio. And we have a lunar eclipse November 8th in Taurus. So these two areas are going to be looked at all year long. So it is likely that you are going to, you know, have new goals when it comes to a home matter or a new home, perhaps. You're creating some kind of new security, whatever you're purging, whatever was attached to your old identity or your old title, and you are creating something new. It is, you know, you're looking at your relationships inside the home and trying to make those secure and solid. And this could be with your family as well, family of origin, the home itself. All of these things you're trying to bring security into them, but this is a highly insecure time. So there's likely to be a lot of changes and movement in the home area, a lot of ups and downs, but this will free you for something better. This is an area that you might be dealing with for about 18 months. So whatever came in November 19th, 2021, whatever came in, hopefully you took notice of that, and that is likely to be, you know, what you are working on for the next 18 months. And it's like, you know, you're looking at your emotional security, your financial security within your family, within your home life, and maybe not putting the focus on your career so much, or your status so much, or your work so much. Now you're concentrating on, you know, what you're cultivating in your home. Okay, so I think, you know, like Aquarius, like I said, Saturn in your sign is never easy, but I think that you will see yourself making progress this year. All right, have a great year, Aquarius.